I suspect many of you are trawling YouTube looking for that one video that will provide you with the secret to singing utopia. You want to extend your singing range, right? You want to sing higher, louder, longer. All good goals if your water level is beginner singer. But if you want to move beyond vocal performances in your shower, then you need to stop trying to extend your singing range.
Sound check. Check 1, check 2.
G'day, my name is Dr. Dan. Welcome to Voice Essentials, where everybody sings. Now, I know that many of you have been watching TV talent shows where every singer seems to bust out extreme notes at the absolute top of their range. It sounds impressive, but did you know that loud high notes are among the easiest sounds for a singer to produce? And truth be told, a loud ear-piercing wail was probably the first sound your body ever created, when the medical staff smacked your newborn bottom to encourage you to breathe. High notes are rather primal. Now, don't get me wrong, it can be challenging to sing notes at the very top of your range with balance and sustainability, but I'm here to tell you that singing higher should not be your focus as a developing singer. The best singers in the world don't only concentrate on the extremes of their range. Why? Well, we only ever access those notes 1% of the time. The other 99% is spent singing in the main body of the voice, which for most singers is nothing more than an octave and a half. So today we are going to look at those all-important notes in the middle of your range. I'm going to teach you how to find them, and then I'm going to give you some activities to further develop their overall tone and quality.
Sound check.
Okay, to start, let's find the main body of your voice, those notes where your voice feels most comfortable. Now, as we start, let me highlight that I'm going to be using my own voice as an example, which is almost certainly going to be different to your own. So I'll do my best to highlight the overall concept while using my naturally high tenor voice as the example. I'm going to orientate from a note smack bang in the middle of my voice, G3. Firstly, I'm going to look for my most comfortable lowest note by singing a 5-note scale in descending semitone steps. Here we go. Working a little harder. The C's a little bit harder again. I can probably go a little bit lower, but I think I've found my lowest comfortable note, which is probably around about a D3. Now, let's find the highest comfortable note in my range, remembering that we're searching for the point at which my voice will start to work a little harder to produce the sound. I'm going to start a little lower this time on F3, just to give my voice somewhere to go. Let's give this a shot. There's the F5, the F4, which is just starting to work a little bit harder. I had to work for that one. So my lowest comfortable note was D3, and my highest comfortable note was about F4, giving me a natural body of nearly an octave and a half. Again, when you go searching for your vocal range sweet spot, you'll almost certainly need to start on different notes to me. The most important thing to identify is the way your voice feels more so than how it sounds. The moment you feel your voice working that little bit harder, Identify the note that stands as your lower or your upper boundary.
Sound check.
Now what we've just found is your fach, the sweet spot in your overall range. If you'd like to learn more about fach and its closely related sibling tessitura, I'll leave links in the description section below for you to check out after today's video. Now, as I mentioned, for most of us mere mortals, the fach of your voice is likely to be no more than an octave to an octave and a half. So what can be achieved with such a small range? Well, singers such as Frank Sinatra, Norah Jones, Bob Dylan rarely stray from their sweet spot of their vocal range, and yet each of them is a respected singer in their particular genre. It's all about how you use the body of your voice to its full potential. Specifically, it's all about vocal tone. Now, I like to describe the vocal tone as the colour and texture of one's voice. The underdeveloped singer will often lack in vocal tone, and their voice will often produce lackluster hues of colour. The colour of your voice, the vocal tone, is developed by shapes that your sound travels through along the vocal tract. A short, narrow vocal tract will typically produce bright, piercing colours, while a longer, wider vocal tract will generally produce warmer, deeper hues. Now, try this with me. Using a G3, hum the note with a forward placement. Now, due to the narrow shape of the vocal tract, the note has a rather bright tone, and the same note will sound completely different when I hum it through puffy cheeks. Have a listen. The puffy cheek activity widens and elongates the length of the vocal tract, which means the sound develops into a warmer colouring. You might like to try both shapes on each separate note of your fach, paying attention to how the voice feels and sounds. I've got 2 more activities for you to try, but before I give them to you, take a quick moment to hit the thumbs up button to let the YouTube gods know you're enjoying today's video.
Sound check.
Using the hum and puffy cheeks, we're going to do a pitch glide of a major third, starting at the bottom of our fach and working up to the top end of our fach. And so on. You should expect the hum and puffy cheeks to feel rather different respectively as you traverse your fach. It's also important to manage your breath pressure levels as you negotiate lower to higher, being sure to keep everything nice and balanced, avoiding any tendency for constriction. Lastly, again using the hum and puffy cheeks, we are going to sing across the fach using the same 5-note scale that we first used to find the lowest and highest points. And so on. You may have noticed that with both of these last activities, I'm always starting at the bottom of my fach and then working up to the top. I'm doing this purposefully because ultimately I'm going to want to use my fully developed fach to form a solid foundation for notes that sit above the upper boundary of my fach and, for that matter, below. Remember, the object is not to restrict ourselves to the confines of our octave or octave and a half, but moreover to build the fach's tonal capacity and mechanical balance to serve the entire vocal range. Trust me when I say that extreme notes become a whole lot easier when you fully mature the body of your voice first. If you've enjoyed these activities, then I think you'll enjoy many of the tracks on my singing exercise CD, Dr. Dan's Voice Essentials. It's easy enough to download, so be sure to check it out via the links in the description section below. Leave me any comments below outlining how you found the working with the exercises today. I'm always keen to read your feedback, and if this is your first time watching one of my videos, welcome. I release new videos every week designed to develop your voice and improve your sound. Please take a quick moment to visit my channel and subscribe. I'd love for you to join our ever-growing community of singers who, just like you, want to raise their voice in song. I'll see you in the next Voice Essentials video. I'm Dr. Dan. Sing well.